Hey, I'm Irvi, and today I'd like to talk to you about confidence. So this video is inspired by two things. One, I often get comments on my Instagram that says, "Oh, you look so confident. I can't wait to feel that confidence when I lose my weight." And the other thing was a conversation that I was privy to last night that talked about plastic surgery and how it's being used to obtain confidence. I think that that's actually the thing that most people strive for in a lot of their endeavors, is just to feel that feeling of confidence. It's so elusive, seemingly, but for some reason a lot of us fail to. Even the ones that actually portray extreme confidence in some cases are actually some of the most insecure people you'll truly ever meet. So you have confidence, and then the opposite of that is insecurity. And there's only one thing, there's only one seed that builds confidence. If you do a very simple and quick search on Google or on YouTube, you'll find a plethora of advice on how to grow your confidence and your self-esteem. And while a lot of it is decent advice, I feel like most don't touch on the one true seed that grows into true confidence, the source of it all. So the seed that actually builds confidence is being congruent. What does it mean to be congruent? To be congruent means that your words and your thoughts reflect your actions. It's that simple, and that's all there is to it. When you are congruent, it means that you have a certain degree of authenticity to your true self, meaning that your beliefs, your thoughts, and the things that you say you're gonna do, you actually follow through with it. What do I actually mean by this? And it's very simple. I'll give you some examples so you have an idea, because it's not just about looks, it's not just about weight, it's actually about everything else other than. But our physical perceptions tend to get blamed a lot for our lack of confidence, and that's where that really vicious cycle seems to occur for most people, and they actually fail to see that it's the other things that we're not addressing or that we're avoiding that will actually build the confidence you're in search of. So something as simple as, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every day, but you wake up at 5 a.m. only half of the time. You're not actually being congruent with your thoughts or the things that you say you're gonna do. You said, "Oh, I'll wake up 5 days a week at 5 a.m., but you only did 2 days or 3 days. That creates an incongruency, and you're not being true to your word. And that's what creates the insecurity. That lack of follow through is what will diminish the positive self-image that you have. That's what's gonna make you lose confidence and self-esteem. Another example of incongruency in life is if you consider yourself to be an honest person, but you often tell little white lies. That's a problem, because you believe that you're an honest person, but your actions aren't reflecting that. They're reflecting somebody who's being dishonest. Whether it's a small lie or a big lie, your brain can't tell the difference. Ultimately, you're lying. And that's what's gonna diminish your self-confidence, and that's what's gonna diminish your self-esteem. Another example would be if your dream is to be a director of film and you wanna go to film school, you wanna follow in the footsteps of maybe Steven Spielberg, for example, or whoever, but you have your family feeding you you have to become a doctor to be a respectable member of society. And then you say, "Oh, well, my family's right, or society's right." So then you go to med school and you become a doctor and you have a decent life, but ultimately you're not happy because it's not congruent with your true self. Your true self wants to be over here, but you're living over here. And it could be something as simple as saying, "I'm gonna quit coffee," or "I'm gonna reduce my coffee from 2 cups to 1 cup a day," and then you don't do it. That's being incongruent. And although it may seem like a small thing, all of those things over time add up and eat away at our confidence. Your thoughts, beliefs, and the things that you say you're gonna do, following through with that is what's going to create confidence. There's nothing else to it. Living outside your comfort zone, that's easy. I can be a liar and a cheater and a manipulator and lie to myself every day, and I can still go and do things outside my comfort zone. But is that gonna build my confidence? Absolutely not. Being true to yourself, being authentic, following through with the things you believe, the things you wanna say, the things that you wanna do, following through with those things is what's gonna build confidence. It's actually really that simple, and despite what most people believe, being congruent and your words and your actions is what's going to build your confidence. And I can attest to this because when I was younger, I lost 135 pounds in search of confidence because I thought, oh, if I have my dream body, I will feel great. I will be confident. But that didn't happen. I wasn't driven by the right things. I wasn't living an authentic life. I wasn't being my true self. And I ended up gaining all the weight back. And I guarantee you, as you can tell, my cat's gonna be joining us. So being your authentic... That was a little distracting. I lost my train of thought. So, when I lost the 135 pounds the first time, that wasn't it. I didn't have the confidence. I ended up gaining all the weight back. But most people who actually end up losing a lot of weight and then they regain it all back, it's mostly because they failed to acknowledge that losing the weight and changing their physical appearance didn't give them what they were truly missing or what they were truly in search of, which is confidence. And it comes down to being congruent with your authentic self. I hope this video actually helped you in a little bit of a way to see that it doesn't really come down to the physical self. It never is the case. And I know plenty of people who are stunning, the most gorgeous people you'll ever see, but they're the most insecure, you know, people who seem to have the most perfect lives on the outside, but are the unhappiest, most depressed people living extremely tragic lives. And the only reason is because they're not being authentic. So I hope that this video gave you an insight into how to build confidence, and moving forward, every day that you decide to make a decision, you do so with utmost honesty to and for yourself first and foremost, and then everyone else around you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you back here shortly. Also follow me on Instagram where I post daily motivation for weight loss. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.